Colston Lovelin's shoulder injury has been one of the main topics buzzing around as training camp approaches, and everyone is eager to know exactly where he stands heading into one of the most important phases of the year for any NFL rookie. Lovelin himself recently opened up about his recovery during his first annual football camp, and his comments shed some light on what fans and analysts alike can expect. According to him, things have been going relatively well so far. There haven't been any live bullets flying, as he put it, meaning no full contact hits or intense collisions that truly test the stability and resilience of his shoulder. Up until now, he's mostly been running routes, catching passes, and doing light weightlifting, all without major issues. But of course, the real test is just around the corner when pads come on and full contact practices begin. That's when the shoulder's real condition will reveal itself. You have to remember, football is a brutal sport, and even a seemingly minor injury can become a serious concern once the pounding starts. When training camp hits full stride, players like Lovelin will face collisions from linebackers like TJ Edwards coming off the line, or safeties flying in to bring him down in full tackle form. It's not the kind of contact you can replicate in a rehab or light practice setting. While it's true that the brutal Oklahoma drills from decades ago are largely a thing of the past, contact is still unavoidable, and how Lovelin's shoulder reacts will be crucial for his rookie season outlook. Given all that, the educated guess around the team and among insiders is that Lovelin might not be fully cleared for full contact from day one of training camp. That's not a guarantee, but the vibe suggests the coaching staff will likely take it slow initially, allowing him to ease into contact drills over the first few weeks. That cautious approach makes sense. After all, the Bears invested a high first-round pick in Lovelin, selecting him 10th overall. Drafting a player that high means the expectation is that he will contribute early, but managing his health wisely in those critical early days is a balancing act. You want him involved, you want him on the field, but you don't want to risk aggravating an injury before he's even had a chance to prove himself. Now, the calendar is set for when we'll get a clearer picture. Rookies, including Lovelin, and the quarterbacks are slated to report around July 19th, while the veterans will join shortly after on the 22nd. The first official full-team practice open to the public is scheduled for July 25th, but it's likely the Bears will have some closed practices on the 23rd or 24th, where the coaching staff can start to really see how Lovelin handles contact. After that, the preseason opener against the Miami Dolphins is set for August 10th, and ideally the Bears want him ready to roll by then, or at least close to full strength. Even if he's not at 100% by the start of camp, it would be a huge positive if he can ramp up to 85 or 90% by that public practice and then be fully involved in joint practices with other teams around August 8th. Those joint sessions are where the competition really steps up, and the reps become invaluable for rookies looking to adjust to the speed and physicality of the NFL. Lovelin has a luxury in that Cole Kmet, the tight end who's already established and a dependable target, is on the roster. That means Lovelin doesn't have to carry the entire load right away, giving the coaching staff some flexibility to ease him into the rotation without throwing him into the deep end. However, that doesn't mean he should be treated like a project or sidelined for too long. He's a playmaker, a dynamic weapon the Bears want to use, especially in the passing game. The offensive scheme has shown a penchant for two tight end sets in the past, particularly under head coach Matt Eberflus and offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, and there's no reason to believe that won't continue. Detroit's Ben Johnson, who recently took the reins as offensive coordinator, made heavy use of two tight end formations last year, ranking third in the NFL in snaps run out of 12 personnel sets, where two tight ends are on the field along with one wide receiver. Considering that, the Bears will likely look to feature both Kmet and Lovelin quite a bit, especially if rookie Luther Burden impresses enough to take some snaps away from other receivers. Burden's presence could push the Bears to a more three-wide receiver sets, known as 11 personnel, but Lovelin's unique skill set as a tight end capable of stretching the field and making contested catches makes him too valuable to keep on the sideline. The Bears want him active and involved early, feeding him targets in passing situations to capitalize on his athleticism and size mismatch potential against defenders. Despite all this optimism, the reality is the beginning of training camp might come with some restrictions for Lovelin, It's one of those wait-and-see situations where the medical staff, coaches, and Lovelin himself will all have to communicate closely to manage his workload and ensure he builds confidence in that shoulder without taking unnecessary risks. Every rep in camp matters, especially for a rookie adjusting to the pro game speed, but health comes first. If Lovelin can get past these first few weeks without setbacks and gradually build up to full contact practice reps, the Bears will be in a much better position to integrate him fully into their offensive plans for the season. As the team moves through these early phases, fans and analysts will be watching closely for signs of progress. Will Lovelin be the breakout rookie type? And who makes an immediate impact? Or will he need a more cautious ramp-up, contributing more heavily later in the season? Those questions will be answered in the coming weeks, but one thing is certain, the Bears are counting on him to be a major contributor and a key piece of their offense moving forward. Switching gears a bit, there's another storyline brewing. That has the potential to indirectly affect the Bears' season, the situation with Jauan Jennings. Reports have surfaced that Jennings, who is currently under contract with the San Francisco 49ers, wants either a new contract or to be traded. This has sent ripples through NFL circles because Jennings had a breakout year last season, nearly hitting the 1,000-yard receiving mark despite some injury troubles in the 49ers receiving corps. His performance was especially impressive, considering that key players like Brandon Ayuk missed significant time, thrusting Jennings into a more prominent role. While the Bears themselves are not actively pursuing Jennings, given that they already have a solid receiving group featuring DJ Moore, Romeo Doubs, Luther Burden, and Amari Zack, the implications of his potential trade or holdout matter. The Bears are scheduled to face the 49ers in Week 17, a game that could have playoff seeding consequences. If the 49ers lose Jennings before then, it could weaken their offense, potentially giving the Bears an edge in a critical late season matchup. Jennings' contract demands reportedly resemble the range of other top-tier receivers, aiming for an extension that falls somewhere between $15 to $17.5 million per year. Numbers comparable to the deals signed by players like Jerry Jeudy and Cooper Kupp. The 49ers did give Jennings a contract extension last year, but now with Jennings emerging as a key weapon, he's pushing for a deal that reflects his value after a breakout season. The challenge for San Francisco is balancing their salary cap while maintaining a competitive roster. Losing Jennings or entering the season without him fully committed could create major challenges for the 49ers offense. The 49ers situation is complicated further by the uncertain availability of Brandon Ayuk, who is still rehabbing from a multi-ligament knee injury or may not be ready to start the season. In addition, Ricky Pearsall, another receiver, remains unproven after a late season surge last year, but has faced his own setbacks, including a serious injury during training camp. Without Jennings, and with Ayuk still recovering, the 49ers could find themselves scrambling for reliable options at wide receiver. This makes Jennings' role all the more critical, especially if they want to make a strong push toward the playoffs. While the Bears won't be trading for Jennings, his situation still indirectly affects their outlook. The possibility of him missing games or being traded to another team, particularly within the AFC, could shift the dynamics of the NFC playoff picture, which the Bears are eager to capitalize on. San Francisco has been a playoff fixture in recent years, but this offseason has brought some turnover and questions, making their division race and wildcard prospects less predictable. Fans often overlook these ripple effects that player movement or contract disputes can have. But in a league as competitive as the NFL, every roster shakeup matters. When two teams like the Bears and 49ers face off late in the season, the presence or absence of a single key player like Jennings could be the difference between a win and a loss, and ultimately between making the playoffs or going home early. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are beginning to swirl around the Windy City, and they're growing louder by the day. Jadeveon Clowney could be headed to Chicago. According to sources close to the situation, the Bears are reportedly closing in on a deal to bring this veteran edge rusher into their fold for the 2025 NFL season. While nothing has been made official, insiders suggest that conversations have advanced significantly, and Clowney suiting up in navy and orange might soon be more than just speculation. This potential move is stirring excitement among Bears fans who have been craving a game changer on the defensive line. Clowney, who enjoyed a strong bounce-back season in 2024, proved he still has plenty left in the tank. His ability to disrupt the backfield and pressure quarterbacks would give the Bears front seven a serious boost. Paired with an already promising defensive unit, the addition of Clowney could signal Chicago's intent to return to defensive dominance. Though critics often point to Clowney's inconsistency and injury history, there's no denying his explosiveness when healthy. His presence alone could open opportunities for younger linemen and make life miserable for opposing offenses. More importantly, his leadership and experience could be vital for a team looking to turn the corner in a competitive NFC North. Chicago has made several quiet but calculated moves this offseason, and Clowney's arrival could be the headline maker fans have been waiting for. Is this just off-season chatter? Or are the Bears gearing up for a defensive resurgence led by one of the league's most enigmatic pass rushers? For now, it remains a rumor, but in the NFL, where smoke often leads to fire, this one's worth watching. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.